What is good with y'all, my people? We're back again with another video, and today, broski, I actually want to do something a little bit different than usual. In today's video, I'm gonna dive deep into the art of making the 808 pattern for your beats, man, and especially for making the style of Wheezy and Southside, especially Southside, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, that guy really has some of the craziest 808s that I generally have ever heard in a beat. And I'll really be honest, a lot of times when I'm making my own beats, I like to reference to that kind of style of 808 pattern because, bro, I feel like that shit is the hardest, you feel me? So if you're ready, man, let's get into it. Yeah, so just to not waste anybody's time, I actually made this beat here a while ago, but I really felt like the 808 pattern on this beat is crazy, and I really want to show you guys how I've come up with such 808 pattern. I'm gonna recreate the entire 808 pattern, but this is the actual end result of what we're gonna be making today. Yeah. And this shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, bro, this is what we're gonna be making today, and I'm gonna walk you through the 808 pattern. So this is the version of the beat without the 808 pattern and the hi-hats pattern, and I'm also gonna tell you why also the hi-hats pattern. But let's first dive into the 808 pattern, and just to give you a quick understanding of where we're starting from, this is the actual beat without the 808 and the hi-hat. As you can see, very basic structure of the beat. Now, of course, the very first thing that you're gonna grab is the 808, and trust me that the selection of the 808 really does make or break the beat. And in this case, I've actually used this one right here, which is from Supreme, best trap collection in the game, man. You can find it on the first link down below in the description. And for now, we're just gonna set the tone of the bounce of the 808. So as you can see, for example, this note right here really suits good because we have a snare playing over here. Whereas if it was just one shot of the hair, it would have been like this. I mean, it could have also been a bounce like this, for example. You see? Very common bounce, but I feel like in this case, it works best over here. Yeah, and now we're gonna follow. As you can see, bro, this is a very solid basic. Of course, this is a very typical bounce of a trap beat, you know, but this is a solid foundation still though. Now the thing here, of course, will get way more complex than this, because if you notice, especially on Southside's beats, like there's a crazy playing around of the 808. But once again, like I said, this is a solid foundation. Now what we can do is to literally copy and paste these first 4 bars. You feel me? Now this is the way I will hear kind of beginner level type of beats, but now we're gonna make it sound even more pro level. Now if you want to try replicating one of the typical Southside kind of 808 pattern, I really suggest you playing around with the tool over here, which is, it looks like a magnet, and then you want to put the piano roll on 1/3 step. So that means that the grid of the piano roll will be set in a way that it favors the triplet mode, you know, of the piano roll rather than the classical 1/4 step. So we're just gonna start off with basic stuff for now. Yeah, for example, this note here, I feel like it fits, and I'm also gonna try putting in another one over here. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, fire, man. And also there's another thing which I want to show y'all. As you can see here, this is the piano roll of the snare. Over here we have this triplet that I've placed over here because of course I already knew that I wanted to give the 808 the triplet effect. But when you put the piano roll of the 808 on triplet, also put the piano roll of the snare on triplet. Of course, when you change the grid of a particular element on the beat, it will change the grid for all of the other elements, so you won't have to reselect it. But all I'm saying here is, if you're using the piano roll of the 808 on 1/3 step, I'll also suggest you put in some notes of the snare on 1/3 step. For example, these ones right here, they really have the 808. You see? But yeah, man, once again, if you're using the 808 on 1/3 step, also put some notes of the snare in 1/3 step. But there's some notes that are foundational, like you don't want to put them on random places, you feel me? For example, if you look over here, these are the notes of the second snare, which is actually the main snare. But if you look over here, they're actually sitting right in between the bar. For example, the first bar, as you can see, we got a note here, and then on the second bar we got another one here, and then we got another one here on the third bar, and then we got another one here on the fourth one. And then you also see these ones over here, but these other ones have been placed more like a counter bounce to the main bounce of the snare, you feel me? But anyways, bro, if you're just getting started, just put the foundation stuff and you're always gonna be good. Like all of these 1/3 stats business, all of these kind of things, bro, is like more advanced kind of stuff. But if you get what I'm saying here, now going back to our 808 piano roll, I'm gonna put a note here, another one here too. I really like this bounce here, and on top of that, bear in mind that here we're on the 4th bar, and usually the 4th and the 8th bar, they kind of have a little different bounce compared to all of the other ones. And as you can see, this is what we got so far. Fire. Like this is a solid 808 structure. But I can guarantee you, bro, Southside does not stop there, man. Like the guy goes crazy, man. I'm just telling you, bro, he goes crazy. So for example, now we're still keeping the 1/3 step of the grid, and what you want to do, for example, here is to put like a triplet of 808s. You see, bro, this is one of the typical Southside kind of tricks to make the 808 spin like crazy. And we're not gonna do something similar on the 4th bar over here. So we're gonna do something like this. And then if you zoom out, you're gonna be able to see the half. Like this is the line of the middle of the first beat of the first bar. You understand, bro? It's very crucial that you understand what I'm saying here, man. And now instead of keeping the note here, we're gonna move it over here, just like this. And we're then gonna put another one over here, just like this, and see how it sounds. You see, bro, that's the way you make the typical triplet Southside effect, man. I'ma keep telling you, bro. This is the way, man. This is the sauce, you feel me? And it is just a triplet, bro. It is just a fucking triplet. So normally you have the grid on 1/3 step, or I like to put it on line because just out of convenience, like whenever I'm putting the notes. But in order for you to be making these kind of things, bro, you really need to put it on 1/3 step, and not even 1/3 B, because 1/3 B doesn't really allow you to put all of these notes here. As you can see here, I can't place these notes here, you feel me? I cannot. I can only put the notes wherever there's a line, you feel me? But if you put it on 1/3 step, as you can tell, I'm able to put it wherever I want, you feel me? Anyways, bro, I digress, and I'm gonna put another note over here. Yeah, yes, you see, it really gives that counter bounce, you feel me? And this is pretty much it for the first 4 bars of the beat. Now moving on to the next 4 bars, we're actually gonna give you a little bit of variation. So starting from here, I'm gonna put something like this. And bear in mind that we're still on 1/3 step of the grid. Yeah, man. You see? Yeah. So as you can see, man, it's pretty much all about where you position the note of the 808. And for example, bro, now I can put a note over here and lowering down the velocity just like this. You see? This is a cool trick to give another counter bounce, because what we've done here is to lower down the note of the 808. But when you lower down the velocity, it kind of gives the following note an extra push to the beat, you feel me? And we're now gonna put another note over here. We're gonna do something that y'all gonna like. So this note here, instead of having it here, we're actually gonna put it over here, and we're gonna do something like this. With the triplet effect, once again, we're gonna put a note here. Actually, let me zoom out. We're gonna put a note here, another one here, and another one over here. You feel me, bro? Like that typical. And then once you're done with that, the next note that you want to have is straight on the root note, because you don't really want to be staying there too much doing all that triplet kind of bullshit, because like you need to be careful, you feel me? And then following to this one, you just want to put another note over here. But now, man, you need to understand that this is working here on this particular beat. If I were to have another beat, like if I wanted to get this kind of effect, I'll have to find other parts in the piano roll in which it will work. Like it doesn't always work on this particular part of the beat, you feel me? So that's why it's important for you to understand what I'm doing here, try replicating what I'm doing, but not necessarily like copy and paste what I'm doing, because it will never work. So you just want to extrapolate what you need and try adjusting it to whatever beat which you're working on, you feel me? And then, like I said before, for the 8th bar, we're gonna have a little different kind of bounce, but we're still gonna go crazy. Yeah, sounds good. So we're gonna now put another note over here, and somewhere around here we're gonna put the triplet effect. Let's see, maybe here. Yeah, fire, man. Sounds good. Yeah, man, pretty much this is the piano of the area, bro. Now, as you can see, bro, these are some of the ways in which you can do the typical Wheezy and Southside triplet effect of the area. Bro, a lot of talking have been done, but at least now you know how to do this shit. Now, like I said before, and you also been able to see, I didn't have the hi-hats pattern in the background, because me personally, when I'm making beats, I don't really like to have the hi-hats pattern, because I feel like it kind of limits my creativity with the 808s pattern, and that's the reason why I first do the 808 and then the hi-hats pattern. So as you can see, this is the hi-hat that we're gonna be using, which is still from Supreme, you already know, man. And all we're gonna do is to right click on the sample, and then we're gonna press the fill each 2 steps, and we're gonna do that, and we're then gonna copy all of this just like that. Yeah, very basic stuff. Yeah. As you can see, bro, this is the most basic, regular ass hi-hats pattern, but we're gonna play around with it. So what we're gonna do first things first is to put the grid on one first step, and I'm pretty much gonna add some higher rolls. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for example, here I know that I'm gonna do something like this, and I'm gonna remove this note here. Yeah, fire, bro, you feel me? And then here, because we have the triplet effect of the area, we're gonna put like something like this. Yeah. Hey, boy, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, this is literally it, man. Like for the hi-hat, this is it. But yeah, this is another way to kind of enhance the bounce of the area, you feel me? And now, simple as, we're just gonna copy and paste all of that, and this is it, bro. This is literally it. Hey, man, as you can see, this is pretty much all you needed to know in order for you to start making the 808s pattern sounding more hard, you know what I'm saying? Like prepare smashing hard, you feel me? But yeah, it's all about the triplet effect at the end of the day. Like I've noticed that Southside really likes to play with the triplet effect of the 808. And for the hi-hat, you kind of want to be strategic following the 808s pattern, but it's pretty simple, man. You kind of tend to understand it the more you do it. But man, it's simple as, bro. All right, my bro, I'm gonna let you listen to the full thing. If you want to get the same exact drums, link down below in the description for Supreme, man. You don't want to miss out at all, man. Don't forget to leave a like and leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you also follow me on Instagram at Stepuz, you feel me? I'm gonna let you listen to the full thing, and I'm gonna see you on the next time. Yeah.